and welcome once again to the Knights of the Smith Dinner Table actual play production of The Savage Snows. Now, I apologize for our late start. As many of you out there know, my family and I have been looking for our forever home, and we may have just found it today. We were out looking at the place that we just put an offer on, so hopefully we'll get this house, and I won't have to worry about being too loud or anything like that. And even better, I can start recording our other shows again. Especially the one that I'm still getting emails about daily, Tales from the Deadlands. Beyond that, I would like to say very publicly, happy birthday to Connor. Today is his 36th birthday.
So old.
So happy birthday, Connor.
Thank you.
Glad we got to play on your
Happy
birthday.
birthday to you.
No, stop it. Mute her. Get her mic.
Oh, I was going to start singing.
I will
Please,
cut
God,
her.
no. All right, so as usual, the Savage Snows is brought to you by Poppets Coffee. If you love good coffee, Poppets Coffee, let me get it up there, is the place to go. PoppetsCoffee.com. They make some amazing brews. Both CC and I are huge fans of them. I don't think we've convinced everybody else to try them yet.
I literally need to fill back up because I'm almost out.
I've got like 6 bags of Poppets Coffee sitting right over here off the screen. And they're all the 2-pound bags because my wife and I take coffee drinking very seriously.
Yeah, I need to start ordering them by like the pound bags.
Oh, well, apparently, with the offer being made, that we might have just gotten it.
Oh, shiz.
I'm hoping. She said, my realtor just texted me to say that the listing realtor is already thinking about taking it off the market because he's pretty sure that the owners will take our offer.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Awesome.
All right, so what else did I need to cover? I can never remember. Let me throw our banner up here. I am all kinds of discombobulated now because I'm super happy. And let's pick up where we last left off. So when last we left our frozen heroes, they had met up with the caravan of one Nadia Petska. And they discovered that little creepy doll that they all loved, you know, the one who likes saying things like this.
Please don't keep me here. It's so cold. I miss my mother.
I can see Connor over there just kind of cringing a little bit.
Anyway.
That Nadia was that child's mother before the child's soul was put into that doll. They told her, they had a big heart-to-heart about everything, and then shortly thereafter, the group was accosted by what appeared to be some kind of fae who had a halfling under her control. After a quick fight with that fae that went down in a hurry,
because that smelt a witch.
Yeah, indeed.
We
indeed
waste
did.
no time.
No time was wasted so quickly that even Paul was just kind of sitting there stunned for a moment. And you guys rested the rest of the night pretty easily. And the next morning, Nadia gets everybody up, gets the sleds repacked, harnesses up the dogs, and places each of you in a sled. So that way you guys don't have to try and keep up with the dog sleds as they go. And I am going to bring up that map.
I will also say, the plot was explained to us. We now know what the plot is. We're off to kill a witch. The witch whose name is in my notes. I'll get it. Watch this. I'm a super great player. Where's my notes? God damn it.
You take notes?
Nasina. Haha.
Najina?
Najin. Okay, I can't pronounce her name, but I do have her written down. The witch who sent those jerks through the portal to Taldane, Taldor, is the one who, kidnapped her daughter and turned her into the Chucky puppet that we totally murdered. We burned it alive. Yep. I did not mention that we are now the Black Riders of Baba Yaga tour, because I don't know how that's going to go over.
Probably not very well.
But I did promise we're going to go do a favor for Baba Yaga, and she's going to bring your daughter back to life. I promise.
That's a big promise to make.
It's a very big promise to make.
Big moves. Big moves. That's what I advocate in every RPG set. Make big moves.
All right. So as you guys are trekking onward, having a nice ride in the there we go. Had to find my notes. Having a nice ride in the dog sleds.
Dogs suck, but horses are terrifying. So
I should not have 3 bennies. I have bad luck.
No, you are correct. But the effect of being Baba Yaga's Black Rider gives you an extra Benny to spend.
I gotta read all my edges.
That's fancy.
Indeed, you do. And as a matter of fact,
It
I
doesn't
will,
say what it does. It just says that I have it.
it's actually under effects. The 2 mantles of the Black Rider, if you open them up to see the enemy portion, the first one increases your vigor by a step, it increases your toughness by 1, and increases your max bennies by 1. And then the second mantle of the Black Rider effect is the one that actually raises one of your attributes by a step.
Oh, right. So, chat, that'll be a lesson to you. Whenever possible, swear fealty to Baba Yaga, Mother of Witches.
I don't recommend it.
She counts the fingers of sinners.
The other things that they got are innate environmental protection to cold, and they have the arcane resistance edge. So they're harder to hit with magic, and as long as it's not like cold damage, so like say somebody brought down an ice storm on top of them, yeah, that's going to hurt everybody. But just the ambient temperature isn't going to bother them until it gets much colder than the -4 that it is today.
That's
The cold
Just
Oh, wait, no, I
thinking
can't think that.
-4. Oh,
Is that in Fahrenheit or Celsius?
It's in Fahrenheit.
There is another world where they use the correct freedom units.
So, while Miss Mabel may think this is cold, I think this is a good start. I don't actually get cold myself until we hit -20.
I don't understand that.
Madness.
I am genetically
A polar.
predispositioned to enjoying the cold because I have a lot of Nordic in my blood, as well as a lot of Polish. Most of my ancestors came from north of the 45th parallel, which is more than halfway between, it's closer to the North Pole than it is the equator.
I also have a lot of Nordic.
I'm a nice mix of shit.
I also have a lot of Nordic blood. I keep it in a jar.
That's fair.
we're in Michigan, and yeah, I'm done with winter.
I mean, it's late May. You guys should be in the spring weather now.
Yes, it is getting warm, but winter sucks. Excuse my French.
Trust me, that's not French.
That's how you say it in French. It was a balmy 70 degrees in Massachusetts today. Where are we going? I forgot where we were going.
She
We're
is
gonna
taking
find
you
this witch.
to her hometown of Waldsby.
Right.
Waldsby is close to the Pale Tower, which is where the witch Najina is based out of.
Mhm.
Right. Find the witch's tower, murder the witch. This is the plan.
Sounds like a good plan.
You are coming across really quietly, Cece.
Am I?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me
That's
fix
better.
that. Oh, maybe it's because I'm just mumbling while I'm like cutting my cuticles. I'll stop mumbling.
All right. As you guys are heading north, I need everybody to give me a notice check. Now, if you notice, everybody should have, whether or not their token is on the screen, should always have their, whoops, I did not mean to do that.
Time remains frozen.
I was
Shouldn't
about
be.
to say, if you expect us to notice something, we have to figure out what we rolled first.
But no, what I was saying is the token action HUD should be up all the time on your screens now.
Is there a penalty to this check at all?
There is not.
I have to roll for Remy. Let me do that. Oop.
Oh yeah, I didn't drop a.
Remy doesn't notice shit. Remy's just excited for the ride.
And one assumes Will Ferret is running along beside us.
He is. I just noticed that he was not
Right side beside us.
beside you guys.
Never forget Chad's favorite character, Will Ferret. Well, Maggie
Excuse me.
can't take some Will Ferret this week.
All right, let me.
I'm re-rolling.
Okay. So before I announce all the nifty results,
That's better.
okay.
I'm assuming that Brimmy is just face down the bag that Bumble's been eating from.
Yes. Face down in the bag of pickles that Bumble, or the not bag, the
Jar, barrel.
barrel of pickles that Bumble has been eating out of. And
I assume Bumble is now like football head shaped, skinny torso and arms, big inflated belly, little skinny legs at this point.
Yes.
Just a
And
cartoon
Nadia-
character in our high fantasy adventure.
Nadia is going to notice it as well. Way off in the distance, up in the sky, you guys see very large, a huge flock of birds. And as you guys take note of it, as does Nadia, she immediately calls a quick halt and she barks directions in a language that, I'm not sure if anyone understands it. Let's see. As she shouts out, did any of you guys recognize in the actual chat what she said?
Nope.
It looks really pretty.
No.
I
Wait,
didn't
yes,
see it.
yes. I can see it. I can see it underneath. Okay.
You
I know
can
it's-
see it.
Oh, yes. Underneath it gives me a translation.
It's not supposed to unless you actually have that language on your list.
It didn't for everybody.
It definitely doesn't for me. It looks like googly.
Huh.
It looks like Simlish.
Oh, I wonder. No, I put it in the correct language. Yeah, I put it in Halit.
Yeah, because I
Yes,
don't
I
have
speak
that
Halit.
language, and I still somehow saw it. I somehow saw it.
Mabel
And I
has
do not.
it.
Yes,
do I?
Kamen Halit.
Yes. So I don't know why Bumble was able
Yeah,
to
that was a
understand
little
it.
weird.
Bumble understands everything.
Bumble's just magic.
and
Never underestimate the Bumble.
She's eaten so many pickles, she's achieved like super goblin nirvana. And now
As-
Exactly.
you guys see the all the caravan guards immediately start pulling white tarps out from the sleds. Magia says, "Those are the eyes of the witches. We must get you covered. Please stay still underneath." And they cover you guys with tarps, white tarps.
As they're doing this, I'm also going to cast an illusion on the tarps. I start playing my pipes, and to make the illusion of this is just more supplies. I'm trying to match the supplies that are on the wagons.
You know what? That is a good idea. Go ahead and make that roll before I call for the roll from everybody. Doo-doo. Can you find it?
And that is
There it is.
my performance roll.
All right. So, oh, you didn't cast it from the power itself.
Oh, from the power. Okay.
Yeah. If you click on the power, it will actually compare it to the target number and give you all of your options and everything.
Ah, that's right. Okay. It's been a while since I've been in Foundry, so
No,
and I've
that's-
never had a bar like this. So
That's fine. Speaking of, I need to grab. I almost forgot. I got that new mod that's going to let me do magic things with real dice.
Like what?
Like, for those of you who wish to use your real dice, you'll notice right down above the chat input, there is a block that has an X in it. If you click on that block and change it to a pair of D6s, whenever you try and do a roll, it's going to ask you what you rolled on your real dice. Now, I leave it solely up to you guys, whether or not you want to use that. I trust all of you guys, which says a lot. Even Connor.
Ouch.
All right. And then when you click roll on the pop-up, it's going to give you 2 dice symbols, and you just type the number in to each of them for whichever die it's asking for there. I should have covered that before we started streaming, but I was a little distracted by, hopefully buying a house.
Understandable.
talk.
Already. Now, check.
There might be a few things going on this week that all intersected at once.
Oh, there's my. I had to find my dice pouch. I forgot I had hung it on my desk.
So how do you do it
My
again?
dice
I'm
pouch
sorry.
hangs on my headset thing.
So, I will actually take a little screenshot. No. There we go. I'm gonna throw it in our
followed along
Discord.
somewhat, and it just my brain's a little mushy today.
So right next to that save button that you see there in that picture I put in our Discord,
Oh!
there's it's a pair of dice on mine right now because I've got it switched, but it might be a square with an X through it on yours
Yes.
at the moment. If you click that, it'll switch it to manual dice rolls.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to turn on a little extra lighting here. All right.
Yeah, let me turn on a little extra lighting too, because it is dark as shit in this room right now.
Oh, that actually makes me more visible on the camera.
Thank you for my adult beverage, Speedy.
I'm
So
jealous. I
while,
don't have
while
any
they're trying to figure this out, I'm a huge fan of TikTok, and I really need to start posting more on our official TikTok page.
You locked
But
the
I've
kitten
seen-
in here. She's
I've
upset.
seen these posts where these millennials and these Gen Zs try out a drink from mine, Mabel's, and Dave's childhood. Everclear. And they try to no-sell drink it. You know, they take a shot and not make a face.
I've got a pussy. Look at this. Look at this.
That's one
Oh.
All
thing.
right. So go ahead and make your roll, Mabel, and then click on that performance button, and it'll tell you when to put in the dice.
Just a moment. Ah, there.
In the
Okay.
meantime,
Now I want to do. Cost 3. I want to add one more. Okay, the plus button is not adding a PowerPoint. So let's see if I can just. No, it's not letting me type it in either.
why did it do that?
It's not doing anything when I hit the add button.
Oh, that's actually because you're at max, you want to subtract. That is a little confusing.
Nope.
Add adds to your
Subtract.
PowerPoint, subtract reduces your PowerPoints.
Subtract doesn't do anything either. Neither of the buttons are doing anything.
That's really weird.
And I want to use 4 PowerPoints because I want to add the area of effect to make sure it's a large blast template to make sure it hits all of the sleds.
So
One of my dice in my Yggdrasil
Four.
set is missing.
it worked for me. I'm not sure what's going on your end.
Yeah, it's not doing anything for me.
We can figure that out later.
All right, so I'll just hit performance.
That's really weird. Okay.
I'm
All right.
So it's wild die 9 to 10. I'm having to. There we go. There's my the 2 dice I want. Wait a second. One moment here. There we go. Okay, that's cool.
All right. And you see it'll pop up with the roll that you actually rolled. And that is enough. So what that is going to do, it's not a raise, but everybody now needs to make a stealth test. And you're going to get a total of +2 on this stealth roll.
That's pretty good. We like that.
We are groceries. I got all the food with me. We are groceries. Come on, everybody, let's eat.
I demand you give her a Benny for that.
Yeah, I'm going to throw one out. That was pretty good.
That's fantastic. Well done, Mabel.
here we go. +2. I was trying to figure out how to put +2 on this new thing.
How do I pick it up? It's letting me spin it.
All right. So right now we have Bessa coming in with a 16. Paul with a 4.
I am groceries.
Bumble with a 10. Still need one from Rihanna.
Bumble is stealthy.
Just a moment here. I gotta figure out what my stuff is. There's skills. Okay, so 2d6.
Paul spent a Benny and changed his to 12.
And you said it's, how do I add the modifier?
In the roll dialogue, let me pull one up. Right in the middle where it says name, you can either type in a name or just in the next box over, type in
Oh, right there.
+2,
Okay.
and then click
Dave's
the
down.
add button.
Dave's showing me.
I didn't realize Dave was. I wasn't looking at the StreamYard screen. Hey, John's joined us. I just noticed that.
Oh, that exploded. That exploded again. Team. There we go.
Unlappable John Doom is watching us on Twitch right now. Happy to have you here. Well, you guys hear the cawing of the crows and ravens. And, hi, buddy. What are you doing? Sorry, the 3-year-old just walked in. You can climb up on my bed. And they hang around for a few minutes. And after that, they all kind of fly away as far as you guys can tell. And after a few moments, Nadia has the tarps pulled off and she says, well, I'm not sure why, but they didn't see us, and well, they saw us, but they didn't see you folks in your southern garb, so that's what's most important. And
I may have had a
everybody
little something to do with that.
is going to get an extra Benny for that, because that's
Yay!
what the adventure calls for.
Huzzah!
What would have happened if we failed?
You would have had to fight swarms of ravens.
Yay for sneaking!
Very much so. Ravens have a memory. I don't need them.
Yes, we do not need to bring on a fight against a raven's memory. And as you guys continue, you set up camp for one more night. I'm going to advance time a bit. And nothing else happens during that time. I was actually kind of excited for this fight because I figured out a neat trick. So if I zoom out and I got the ravens there, and then I switch it over to this, I can then show the ravens. Why is it not showing up on the thing there?
We see him. We see that murder of ravens.
Oh, but it's not showing the effect. That makes me sad. Anyway. Oh,
Don't
maybe
be
if I switch
sad.
off. It does make me sad because I got a really cool effect tied to them.
That is sad.
Oh, well. I got to see it. Even if you guys didn't.
worry. Ding.
Yeah, sorry about that, John. Every once in a while when I get a little excited, I lean really close in and go a little buzzy.
Indeed.
That just makes me think of like that like buzzy thing that we use at work for kids when we're doing blood draws.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. What?
You
Buddy, you were supposed to be going to sleep. I love my children.
We all love the children. They are.
I'm messaging mine to make sure he brushed his teeth.
And as you guys get into the next day, right about 10:30ish is when you guys roll into town. Did it update the weather? Oh no, I didn't bump it into the next day. There we go. It's a little warmer today. It's only -1 out.
Not as
Really?
bad.
Yeah, not as bad. And you guys roll into the town of Waldsby. As you do, I'm only going to throw one token out. Actually, I may not even need to do that. Let me double check that I have the grids. Aha, yep, I do. Okay, so I just need to activate the map. As you guys come rolling into Waldsby, I need Bumble, Paul, and Bessie to give me a notice check. As you guys are, you come up from the south. You're coming in from this area here, down at the bottom of the map, and you're just strolling on into town, and lots of townsfolk are eyeing you guys. But something seems kind of odd. And Bumble, you gonna stay there on the 3, or you wanna Benny that?
You know what? I have 5 bennies. Why the fuck not? Apparently, it wasn't much better.
But it was enough to bump it from a failure to a success.
I was about to say, but I think that's a success, though, technically, yeah.
Let me see if you as players see this. Does anything about this map seem familiar?
It seems familiar, but I can't put my finger on it.
Let
This
me
looks a lot like the town we were in Taldor.
show you something else. As you all are looking at it, looking around town, looking at the layout, and I should have preloaded this.
Yeah, this is the town where Bumble was, like, at the bar. Wasn't it? Look, it looks just the same.
Well, this is suspicious.
It's very suspicious.
This is very familiar.
This town is laid out almost exactly like Heldren was. I mean, there's some obvious changes, like you've got the tavern here, you got the town hall over here, there's a marketplace or a store of some type. But rather than having a clock tower like Heldren does, there's in the middle of town there's a statue of a beautiful woman, or at least that's what you think is trying to be brought across by the artist. And Nadia takes you guys to the east and all the way to the last house at the edge of town, right over here. And she quickly pays off her people, sends them on their way, and she kennels her dogs. She's got a small kennel back here behind the house where she can keep all of her dogs. And she just asks you to just wait out in front of the house while she takes care of all of that. And then after she does, she makes her way back up front and leads you guys inside to a let me preload this one. Yep. She leads you inside to a small, very humble home. and two small boys, maybe 4 or 5, come barreling across the house and jump into her arms, and the boys are twins. However, you can definitely see that they favor the little girl who was used to create the soulbound doll. And I'm going to take you guys inside here. Like I said, it's just a small little cozy home. Get Bumble and Paul and Rihanna. And then, of course, Nadia. As she leads you in, she says, please, make yourselves at home. My home is your home as well.
Bumble immediately starts petting the carpet because it's bare.
Mm-hmm. I recommend we stay here long enough to see if we can gather more information on whether or not Najenia is even at the tower at the moment. And how many of the tower guard are actually in town. Also, if you need supplies, Verana Sundries is a good place to buy supplies. And I will make the Waldsby map. Oops. There it is. Accessible to you guys.
Oh, cool.
When we see how similar Waldsby is to the previous town, do we get like deja vu? Like,
Very much so. And if you are you going to mention it to anybody or?
Bumble is.
Yeah, definitely.
This place seems familiar, like this town. Can you tell me about it?
Yes, it is Waldsby. It has been here for hundreds of years. I believe that it was founded before the coming of Baba Yaga.
Was it founded by anyone who'd spent time in Taldor?
Oh, no. We don't get much actual interaction with the country of Taldor. It's many thousands of miles away.
I know Ulfin from the lands of the Lenorn Kings serve in the King's Varangian Guard, but this town is unsettlingly familiar to that one.
Make a Bumble, since you're the only true caster that has been in both places. Make an occult test for me at -2.
Okay.
You gonna stand on that?
You know what? No, I'm gonna re-roll it. And apparently get worse. I have a feeling.
You still have bennies if you want to use them.
No, I think I'm good. Bumble just
Okay.
doesn't know shit.
Clearly, according to Bumble, it just happens to look very similar.
Yeah. That's unsettling in a very vague and very Fargo kind of way, I gotta say. Or Twin Peaks. I'm sus.
When we were coming through town, you stated that people were looking at us strange, correct?
Yes, Like, they don't see many strangers in town, much less people who are wearing southern garb.
Okay, I was going to clarify, was that the same way that Nadia and her men had seen us previously, or was it a different kind of
No,
strange?
it's more of you guys are strangers in town. It looks like they are not used to seeing people who, one, don't belong in town, and two, are wearing garb that is clearly. I mean, you guys do have your winter gear on,
That's not
but
their.
it's not their style of winter gear.
We are very clearly not from around these here parts. And Irison doesn't get a lot of foreigners at all.
Mm-mm.
It's like North Korea, but with witches.
Oh Jesus!
The first thing that
So what you're
Rihanna
saying
said
is
to-
that the wooden witches are basically the Kim Jong Un of Pathfinder.
Yes, if you named any of them Kim, it would be perfect. This is
Well,
the
that's a direction I
dreaded
did not expect
Kimberly.
to see tonight.
Rihanna,
Immediately, the thought that goes through my mind is the three fates, but it's Kim, Jong, and Un are the three fates.
Secret bonus fourth fate is the tumor on the back of Kim Il Sung's head.
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
Right.
alrighty.
Well, so she's brought us here. We obviously we can rest. What is Nadia's plan? Like, we set out tomorrow for the tower. We're gonna see. She mentioned how many of the tower's guards are in town. So like, people who live here work for Najane.
Yes. She let you know that a lot of the guards who work at the tower are actually natives of Weltsby. I mean, it's the closest place that would have. It's the closest place that would have folks to hire in as employees. Now, clearly, the witches don't come from here, but there are more than a few folks who would put off starvation by becoming a guard.
do the guards wear uniforms, perchance?
They do. And
I think I shall go perform and count.
if you wish to perform, I would warn you to be careful. The only place that really would be a place to go would be the White Weasel, but Emil and Katrina Goltiava, they are, I don't want to say well liked by the witches, but they are definitely not disliked.
So how many people?
I am a simple bard traveling through to entertain. Who would ever suspect me of trying to gather information?
You clearly have not dealt with the land of Erison very much.
Hold on, I need to get a
We
tissue.
we do not need, or we do not have many of your kind here, and I do not mean that as a bad thing. But the Yadviga are very insular. One would even say prejudiced against those who are not of the Yadviga or of Irison blood.
They fear outsiders.
Not fear so much as distrust.
Fair enough. But it
But
sounds
who does
like
not enjoy a small? They don't have to trust me.
well, I think they will no doubt tell Najine if they see you. A foreigner in town, I think, is probably news, but then they've already seen people have already seen the rest of us. I'm going to
Yeah,
just
there's-
assume that
They've seen all of you as you guys were coming through town.
somebody is going to let word go back to Nasheen. We're here.
Exactly. They know we're here. If we hide, it looks odd. If I go perform, obviously being a bard, and that's what we do, that is me being me. And I'm not suspicious at all.
While they're having this discussion, Paul just quietly lets himself out and goes out and makes sure that Will Ferret isn't getting into any trouble in the town, or the people of the town aren't reacting poorly to Will Ferret while we're in New Jane,
I forgot to drop him
What are you-
off.
What are you
He's
talking
actually-
about? He fits in perfectly.
He's sitting right outside, just kind of laying in the snow. Not really going anywhere. His mistress is inside, so he's just kind of hanging out. I forgot to throw Bumble in, or not Bumble, Brimstone in as well.
How could you forget Brimmy?
Nadia speaks up. Well, no matter what you do, I highly recommend being very careful in your dealings with the people here. There are very few that I trust. And one of the only ones that I do is my neighbor, Kashka. She's the one who takes care of Orm and Mioli whenever I have to travel. Oh, and Hatch as well. But I do not know if Hatch will make himself known to you. And, yeah, Paul's still outside. She looks around and she's like, I don't even see Hatch at the moment, so he might be out getting food and supplies for the children.
And who is Hatch?
Ah. Yes, you are all from the south. Hatch is a domovoy, a house spirit. He watches over my home whenever he is around, and he cleans it, and he takes care of the boys on occasion whenever they need something. He's actually very helpful. Normally, the Fae are not super helpful, but the domovoy are known to be very helpful to those who treat them right.
I have heard tales.
Does Bumble know anything about them?
That would be an occult check at -4.
I
Just
would also
because Bumble is from so far south, and you'll have that same penalty,
noted.
Connor.
But I do get a free reroll.
How the fuck did I pass that?
You have your free reroll on that.
Nope, I got nothing.
So, Bumble, you know that the Domovoy are indeed hopeful house spirits, but they also tend to be a little bit of pranksters as well. I mean, they're Fae after all. And you know that for the most part, unless you do something that brings danger or harm to the home, they will typically leave you be. Hey, and I ignored the 3-year-old long enough that he fell asleep.
Yay!
Yay.
Don't jinx it.
Oh, he'll be asleep all night now. Once he stops moving, he'll fall instantly asleep. And he knows this, so he tries to keep himself moving so he won't fall asleep.
That's just child logic right there.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's a trip. He really is. All right. She says, please make yourselves at home. And as you guys are kind of starting to settle in, you hear a grumbling noise. And you hear, ow, that hurt.
Gun.
Bessa and Cece, that voice was kind of familiar.
Oh no.
How familiar.
As you guys are looking around, Paul's got kind of that same guilty look on his face that he has right there.
Paul? Did you bring a friend?
I see that look quite often.
I'm asking Paul a question. And I have a gun.
Paul's not in the room.
I will
Paul's
find
still outside with Will Ferret.
Where's Paul's pack?
Still on his back. And then a rock flies from one side of the room, hits something up in the air, and bounces off of it. And you're, ow, quit it!
Bumble just laughed.
Come on up, little one.
You hear a fluttering, and then shimmering into view is a sprite that both Bumble and Bessa recognize. And he's got his hands up, and he's looking kind of sheepish. Look, I'm sorry, okay?
What are you doing
I
here?
am
And you
holding
hear
up
another
tiny
grumbling rumble coming from the other side of the room. And then a rock hits him again.
I think you've strayed somewhere you aren't welcome.
I was just following the nice guy.
You haven't been invited into this house.
I was with you guys, and she invited all of us in.
I don't think the other resident agrees with that.
You guys can still hear kind of the grumbling going on from somewhere over. I've got it covered up on my screen. Somewhere over in this section of the house.
Bumble's gonna run over and see what it is.
Make a notice check with a -4.
I'm still holding this tiny fairy at gunpoint.
Look, pal. I've been traveling with you for days, and I haven't done anything to hurt you.
Yet.
Yeah.
Who do you work for?
Well, thanks to you, I'm a free agent now. Well, actually, thanks to Paul. Except for this stupid thing, and he points at the icicle stuck through his chest.
Yeah, the thing about that is, and the gun goes to half cock. That means you work for the Edwige. I don't know which Edwige. I don't know how they do it.
Do you really think I want to?
Well, I don't think it matters really what you want to on account of that. And I poke the icicle in his heart.
Ow!
Isn't that rather the whole point? It doesn't matter what you want.
Look, I spent days locked up in a cold iron cage. Your friend was nice enough to cut me loose. I figured the least I could do was keep an eye out for you guys. You didn't run into anything you needed my help with up until this point.
Really? What were you waiting for exactly?
I want to kill that witch Najana. She's the one who did this to me.
I would like to notice to disbelieve.
Ah. Go ahead and make that check.
Do I have a modifier to this?
Bumble's coming back in this room because she didn't find anything in the kitchen area.
No, you do not.
She's gonna continue to play with the bearskin rug.
I got 5.
You were actually pretty sure he's telling the truth.
I previously identified the icicles.
Mhm.
Is it possible for him to turn against Najena, or could she just make him not?
She could, if she figures it out, she could make his life hell. But it does not give them direct control over any of the Fae who get the icicle through the heart.
Right. So she knows he's betrayed her. She could.
Yeah, she may not. She probably doesn't know because it doesn't
Yeah, she doesn't have
convey anything like that.
Is there a way? Do I know of a way to remove the icicle?
I mean, you can make an occult check at -8. This is a difficult one because it's a very, very obscure ritual.
But I am. Would this qualify for a free reroll with Monster Lore?
I would say yes.
Okay, here we go, chat. Heart of the cards.
Yeah, that
Dimension
was
of dice.
And with the -8, that's yeah, no.
Attempts were made.
I'm gonna believe in myself. Actually, I am gonna believe in myself. I'm gonna Benny that.
Before any more dice are rolled, I do just have to ask: weren't we supposed to get new adventure cards for the day?
Yeah, mine are good. I have them. It doesn't.
The
Yeah,
ones
I
we
actually-
have are from the last session.
Yeah, these are the ones that I swapped out right at the end of the last session.
Ah, okay.
Would
Yeah, this is
unexpected
the last
insight work in this particular instance? I may affect a creature with any of my attacks regardless of invulnerabilities?
No, not in this instance.
All right, well, I spent a Benny. I would also like to spend a conviction point.
Okay.
Conviction! How do I spend conviction?
So if you click on the button that says conviction and then make your roll,
I guess we're...
oh, it didn't roll the conviction with it because it wasn't originally there.
Those 2s and 1s love you today.
Well, I was going with... right now I'm at a 4, so... I guess I'll just...
Might be a good time to switch over to manual and roll some real dice.
Yeah, those dice are hurting you.
Andy, I only have D20.
Let's add. Can I add? I can't add anything onto that. Did you need to roll the conviction die? So just.
Oh, okay. So should I just roll a D6?
Yep.
Right, where's my dice? Dice.
On the bottom right, click the ace button
All right.
before you click the die. Because conviction dice can ace.
I hope so. Come on.
So at a total of -5.
No, I'm a -3 because I used the best one, which was the 4.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
Doesn't,
So at -3.
if I Benny a conviction roll, does that re-roll the conviction die too?
Cannot. The conviction roll is separate from the actual dice roll. It still adds on, but
I really want it to work. I've accidentally spent 2 bennies here. I've only used 1 actually, but I will spend the second benny. Okay, I really want this to work. Come on.
So make it. Oh. Okay.
It didn't work.
Can Bumble see what she knows?
Turn off your conviction. So that way it doesn't make it automatically.
Nope.
That's why I turned it off.
Yeah, I'm doing stuff. You're doing stuff. It's.
Bumble can indeed make an attempt in a occult roll with a -8. Because this is not something that is normally in a druid's wheelhouse.
I was hoping it was in
I
my
think I did that right.
witchcraft.
You did, and yeah, the answer stands at no. You guys have no idea how you would be able to remove it.
Bumble's going to kind of like try to grab at it.
And that will call for let me throw him out here. Because you're gonna need this little guy so you can target him. And he is going to, you're going to have to make an athletics check, use the grapple action. And I need to add that onto him.
How do I
Christian.
use that grapple action?
So there should be under your actions. Or did it not get added to your character?
Oh, there it
sheet?
is. I see it.
Okay.
Athletics.
Abilities.
Well, shit.
Let's see if he gets to oppose the grapple. Oh, and it didn't take into effect. I'm going to give him his bonus because he is size -4. You were size -1, so he is got a +2 for the size diff or for the scale difference. And let's see what he gets. There it is. And he manages to twist and turn out of the way.
I just
I was
wanted
like,
to take a look at it.
No, don't touch it. If you
Oh.
pull it out, I die.
That's unfortunate.
And Paul, as you walk in, you see Bumble trying to grab the icicle out of the sprite's chest.
I leave the room for just a moment, and you finally decide to reveal yourself.
It
I've
wasn't my
heard you
fault.
sitting around for a couple of days now.
It wasn't my fault. It's that stupid Domovoy. And at that, when he says that, a rock flies across the room and strikes him again.
And we hear angry Russian muttering.
Well, not Russian. Iraseni.
Hey, Russian.
They wanted to kill you last time. You
Still do.
really think it's going to be better?
I didn't have a choice.
I
Why
don't think
did
that
you,
matters to them.
Paul? Why did you bring him?
I didn't bring him. He followed, and I didn't mention it.
You know, they can control him if they find out about it. Najin can make him do what she wants.
Baba Yaga can do the same to you.
He makes a good point.
But Najin is definitely going to be there on account of we're going to go.
And she can't control me. She can only hurt me.
I just turned very slowly to look at him. In my experience, once you start hurting people, they'll do whatever you want to make it stop.
Some people like that. Bumble just kind of like is laying on the rug, kicking her legs.
Those people are sick and degenerate, or worshippers of Zon Cathan, or both. Well, do you know anything about this Najin and her tower? By any chance?
She's a bitch.
Yeah, she's also
She's
another
abusive.
similar word with one letter difference.
She's a ditch.
She's a witch, little one. She's a witch.
Oh.
Do you
No, I thought we were
perhaps
on
know
that.
where her tower is? How many
Mm-mm.
guardians she has? How many other Fae she's infected?
Oh,
the way
no.
she's infected?
No, she doesn't share that information.
Yes,
Do
but
you
I'm sure
know-
you witnessed something.
Well, yeah, I mean, lots of humans are stupid enough to follow her.
Do you know anything of use?
Her tower's west of here. And he seems to focus for a moment. I don't think she's actually there. But that's where
Where
the
else?
portal controls are.
Where else would she be?
Right there?
Wait, what'd she say? What do you think?
Right there?
Was that English?
Nadia steps in. The little one is saying White Throne, the capital of Irison.
I'll turn back to Nadia. Would she have business in the capital?
She is one of the Yadviga. So yes, she would. Which means it's most likely her second in command is probably the one in charge, and he is just as bad, if not worse than her. His name is Radosek.
Rattlesnake?
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a name we've heard before. What do you know about this Radosek? I asked the fairy. The pixie.
He wishes to be a Yadviga himself, but he's got one major thing going against him.
He's a man?
Yes.
Well,
The Yadviga are very much matriarchal.
is he a witch at all? He has magic?
Yes, he is a witch. But his powers will not ever be as strong as one of the Yadviga.
And this portal network. Does the fairy fellow hello know anything else about it?
That's magic way above my head.
But you've seen this portal control room?
Nope, she doesn't let anybody but that rattlesnake guy in.
See, I
is
did
it?
say it right.
No, you didn't. I just like your name for him better.
Bumble
He
thumbs
does.
up.
He does seem a little serpentine in character. Crawling on his belly with the filth. Yeah, where in the tower is this control room?
That I don't know. And the sprite, probably somewhere up high. I only seen the inside on the ground floor where she had the labs.
The labs?
Yeah, where she drives a stake of ice through our hearts.
Unpleasant. Did you see any of?
Oh, wait. There might be a dragon there.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. There's a big ice dragon of some sort that I think she can make come alive.
I turned
That's
I
it
do
not
remember that.
an
so you-
ice dragon.
In the words of my people, if someone asks you if you're God, you say yes. When you're asked if there's anything important that you know, the first thing should have been
Hey!
dragon.
Look at the size of my head.
He does have a brain. the size of
Clearly,
a ball.
it is large enough to remember a dragon.
You said an ice dragon. A dragon. Is this like a dragon or is this a sculpture? A golem?
It
Can make
it
moves?
appears to be a statue of some kind.
Okay,
I remember
made
that
of-
before she sent us out to scout through the
but
portal.
it's made of ice.
It appears to be, yes.
Was it a dragon in ice, or was it a dragon made of ice?
Maybe.
That's an important distinction.
I mean, I only saw it for a couple of seconds.
Right.
It did look really scary, though.
I believe you.
I don't
Bumble
want to find
nod.
it.
I looked to Nadia. Have you heard anything like an ice dragon before?
No, I have not. This is the first I am hearing of it.
Does anybody have any paper or ink? Could our little friend
Nadia.
draw us whatever he does remember of the layout?
While our friend is drawing this, I want to ask you, could you tell me how long within Irison have the Adwiga been in control? How long has Najena been a member of the ruling council for the country?
So each Jadwiga family only lasts 100 years. Najena has only been around here for the past 10 years or so. And as the sprite,
Do you remember who was the Adwiga prior?
No. I did not move here until about 6 years ago when my husband and I came here.
Paul turns actively to Bessay. How much do you know of Irison?
What do I roll for that? Common knowledge? Or occult?
It would be to know of Irison itself. I would say a common knowledge with, considering how far apart you are, I would say a -4.
Oh, joy.
So as you guys are doing that, he holds up the sprite holds up his drawing. And has anybody else ever, well, I know two of you have, Connor and CC may not have. An 8-month-old, when you first give them a crayon and that first drawing that they present to you, 8-month-old. That's what this map looks like.
Bumble kind of looks at it sideways and then the other way, and she's just like, Is that supposed to be like a picture of like a bear or something?
No. See, this circle here is the tower, and this circle here, I may have twitched. I'm not real good at art.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
It's not
This is
something
on
that
us.
teaches.
This is on us for expecting too much from the pixie. They take that as a learning experience. Okay. Well,
And I'm not a pixie. I'm a sprite.
sure.
There is a difference.
There is?
Yeah.
Does Bumble know the difference?
Pixies have useful magical abilities. I just dunked on him.
Paul is doing his best not to laugh.
All right. Well, I suppose Nadia's suggestion of finding out exactly how many guards are in town and how many might be there is a good idea. They don't all meet up at the same place before they go off to the tower in the morning, do they?
They all they do all make their way to the Winter Resolet from time to time. They have rooms there. As a matter of fact, I think that's where your friend went.
Oh no.
Which friend? The
We
little
look
one?
around and do not see a half.
The short one.
The short
God
one. The one that fumbled
damn
twice.
it.
Got it.
Oh boy.
She left 20 minutes ago.
I
If
would
you
have
leave her unattended, she does this in real life.
Aladdin, why are you afraid of me? You were
I will
afraid of
ask
your
Nadia
shadow
before
earlier.
we leave that. Obviously, some people here find themselves like they have to work for the Jadwiga. If we were to say
Went down? Okay.
kill them all in their sleep before they report to work tomorrow, would that be?
We
a big
will not be
problem for
murdering
Walden?
people in their sleep. That's
I mean, if we wait till tomorrow when they show up at the tower, they're going to be trying to murder us while they're awake.
I will point out to folks that nobody has realized yet just how impulsive Rihanna is.
We are very new to Rihanna, and I think we're about to be educated on that point.
This is very true.
But I felt the need to advocate for the murder hobo path. Wouldn't it be great if instead of reporting at work tomorrow, all those guards were dead? But also, they're
Well,
also upstanding members of the local community, so maybe
The only problem with that is that they only swap out every week. They come and watch the town for a week, and then they rotate back to the tower. And you will have to be very careful of doing it anywhere near mirrors exist, as the Vitches can use mirrors to spy on us. That's why I have no mirrors in my home.
that is very important information that I am glad you have shared. Where are there mirrors in town?
Anybody who is loyal to the Jadwiga will have mirrors in their house. And
Okay.
there are mirrors at the tavern as well.
I just want to say that is exactly how North Korea fucking works.
Here we go. I'm a North Korea kick again.
There are TVs you're not allowed to turn off in North Korea because they broadcast propaganda all the time. This is magical North Korea, everybody.
Apparently.
Look, I tried to do the whole you know enough about Irison to know the illusion is an illusion, and you failed the role. There's nothing more I can do.
What?
He makes a valid point.
Okay, now I've got even more murder hobo plan, which is we wait till they are about to switch out, then we kill them all, then we let the other guys come back to switch out, and then we kill them all.
No, we're not killing people in their sleep. Item number 1. And item number 2, for at least one moment, since I have joined your little troop, we're going to try to use diplomacy.
And when that doesn't
You've
work,
spoken to no one before drawing weapons against them.
What's diplomacy?
exactly. A waste of breath most of the time. All right.
How many of these guards are only doing this to feed their family? And I actually direct that question to Nadia.
Easily half of them.
And how many more of those loyal to the Jadwiga do so out of fear?
The vast majority of them.
So you would say the vast majority of the people in this village, much less the guards, who are recruited from both this village and the other outlying villages, are entirely doing this out of fear of reprisal.
Yes, absolutely.
And then I turn to Besse. Still want to murder the very people we're here to save.
If you will recall, we are here for far more than the people of Irison. If we don't get all of this done, we don't find the mother of witches in her dancing hut and put things in this country back the way they should be, then this
Every life is
spread
valuable.
everywhere.
Every life that the sun shines upon is valuable. I will not stand by and slaughter people innocent to achieve a grander goal. The greater good is the cudgel of the tyrant.
You know these men will not give you the same consideration when we go into that tower.
And then I shall draw my sword. But until they leave me no choice, I will walk the path that I am upon.
Well, I hope you can convince them otherwise. And I will holster my pistol at that. Well, we should probably find out what the halfling's gotten herself up to.
And that is something that after I give Paul a point of conviction here, we will find out next time
Oh.
on the Savage Snows. I hate cutting it a little short, but I literally just got a metric shit ton of documents in my email saying, hey, you need to sign these because it looks like the buyer is accepting our offer.
Hey!
Woo!
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Chat, do your part to help cool the housing market. Kill a landlord. Kill your
So-
landlord.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We really appreciate all the support. And we will see you again in 2 weeks where hopefully I'll have more news on whether or not we actually got the house. And we will see you all next time. Keep it savage, everyone.
Those who serve
Bye.
fascism deserve death.